how you were moving compared to them on this. Interesting. It does not work with Spotify. You got to give me a title. I use YouTube Music, and this is a project that's like on GitHub, and the API for this currently does not have the ability to add songs. So I haven't gotten song requests on that to work yet. Oh no. Stuff's spinning. Stuff's closing. What's going on? Are we good? Stream still running all right? I think we're good. It says we're up. Yeah, we're good. Justice. Man, that's the name I haven't heard in a while. Genesis is the one I remember from them.
Hello there.
Hello there. We'll play Genesis after the next one, after your song request there. Because it's been a long time since I've heard that song. Alright, that's coming up next. Yeah, it's a vibe. So speed-wise, you're actually at least moving around the field fairly comparable to the other players. Boost-wise, you don't seem to be hurting. So this will be very interesting to see. So what are you looking for from this Nat? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? Yeah, stat-wise, you were completely reasonable in that lobby. Wait. What is this? What? Is this a private match, or is this, like, how did this lobby come to be? And the reason I'm asking is this car right here. Like, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because the amount of times I've seen cars like this in Champ Plus is fairly rare. It's fairly rare, so enough to make me want context. That explains it, because why does this name sound familiar? That name sounds familiar. So boost management. That makes sense. Well, G was the one who had the pro page on Wikipedia. Is this the first round of the tournament, or do you have some history with the guy you're playing with? Finals, okay. So, normally I sort of skip by the first bit of the replay, but I wanted to go over your boost, since you specifically brought up boost pathing. So that's fine. We grab this boost, right? Our decision to sort of... I hit the wrong key. Our decision to sort of go for big boost here, as opposed to stay on pads to move around, isn't great, because when we start, we're literally one pad away from being full. So we can keep ourselves in the play and sort of just kind of rotate midfield on pads and still be full. We don't need to go like that far out. So if we rotate pads, we're keeping options open, because it sounds like since he's carrying, I mean, you're not bad at this game, but if he's carrying, he's good. That means he's got a real good chance. You're going to that big boost. Like, pads, stay in the play. And at the point of that 50, you can decide whether you need to go back or go forward. but this is also part of the mentality that sort of comes with playing higher ranked lobbies. For me, what happens is I tend to give the opponents almost too much respect, like by giving them too much space, giving them too much time, you know, being further away so that I can react to things because their mechanics are a little up. So sometimes you go a little bit further. So, yeah. Play your game. It doesn't matter how good they are. You got to cover both possibilities if he wins and if he loses. You know, that 50. So play for both possibilities. It doesn't matter how good the other guy is. He's not going to win. He's not going to win every 50. And Season 1 was a long time ago. And Contender, not to take anything away from the Contender tag, but in NA and EU, that's top 128. I can't remember what it is in OCE and SSA, but one of them's top 64, and one of them is top 32. The ESL monthly champion's a little bit different. Meow. But oh, I wanted RLCS Contender. I think that's a Contender tag at least. So the ESL monthly, so they won one of the ESL competitions. Contender, okay, they got group stages before 2021. So that is top, is that 16? Yeah. I love how it just says currently owned by.
Hello there.
That's kind of nuts. But oh. So good bump. Good letting your teammate go. Giving space. So this is important things about rotation. You kept your momentum, which is important. So you don't have to worry about getting that speed back up. And doing this circle here is fine because there's no 50 right now. We're just trying to keep our momentum. And so now that there's about to be a 50, we're gonna face the 50, right? And now we're in motion and we have the ability to go. So that was really good. Like, that was really good. Good spacing, good timing, good preservation of momentum. Didn't quite get the hit we want, that's fine. Again, pads. We pad down the center. We can decide whether or not to stay in this play. Realistically, 3-4 pads, enough to do something. And by, again, rotating middle, what this does is it gives you, as I said last time, options. So we're rotating here. Something happens here, right? He 50s. I don't know. Something happens like there. Ball goes this way. Well, you're on the pad path back. Right? Ball goes this way. Well, you can rotate center and try and do a pass. So by rotating these pads, you are physically closer to the play, but you're also recovering boost. And either way, you have enough boost to make a play, just based on these pads alone. So, in situations like these, you know, run this pad path back. Hold on, were you on... You need to not be on car cam that long. You had no idea what was happening. I don't think you're on comms. You literally went blind from here. Like, that's a lot of time. So this is what you... Right, so this is what you didn't see. You didn't see if he went for a 50. You didn't see what kind of shot's going on. You don't know where that ball is. Oh, now you're looking. It's alright to set yourself up on car cam, but you went way too long in this level of lobby without knowing what's going on. A lot can happen in seconds. Yep. We're still pushing up pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. It did look like you might have gotten it. Your teammate's rotating out. Go, pressure. Feel free to drive up on the wall and look like you're going to go for it without jumping off. If you start braking, not even on the wall, they're not even going to consider you as a threat. They're watching you. That's fine. Go up midfield. Oh, unport. Boost-wise. Literally no pressure. Literally no pressure here. Let that bounce. Don't flip into it. Get the boost. There's no reason you couldn't have gotten that big boost there. So, in a high-level lobby, that's all the time in the world. There's no challenge. So take time when you see it like that. But, again, I don't blame you for some of these panicking. Put it in the Discord, dog, and of course we can. You've only been asking for the past 2 days. What was the demo cam? The demo cam was implemented at this time. What's your demo cam, like, setting? Because it seems like it's not 0, which it should be. Okay. It might be the replay just being weird. Just make sure that's 0. Close. Let him get... Ooh. That was good. It's fine. Pads here. Reason being, time is of the essence. You are leaving your teammate in a 2v1 situation. If you go that far out, you gotta go, you know... You're also missing, you know, the angle up. You're gonna get more than enough boost here. But this is super dangerous. Again, I'm judging some of these situations to a higher level lobby. Yep, this is yours. Take time when you have time. Take time when you have time. Can you put it in the Discord? Okay. Give me just a sec. I just put it in the Discord, because otherwise I'm going to lose it. I'm going to forget. What was the situation here? 50's fine. 50's fine. Do you actually see what's going on? Again, we're missing the most critical piece of information here, and that is the ball coming to our half or staying on their half? And that completely changes how you rotate here. the ball stays on their half, you cut in pads to go center to support. If the ball goes to your half, depending on how it is, maybe you have to grab a couple pads to try and defend a shot, or you go super fast towards that big boost. But not seeing this situation right there is you've missed out on the critical information on where do I need to be. And I don't know if you could tell from that quick look. I couldn't tell who was going to win that. I don't know if you can. Now we can. Oh. Now the ball's going mid. And we're not in a position to support because we didn't have that information earlier. Because that's a pretty good shot setup. Yep. Wait, does he hit you? Because he's trying to sort of get on those pad paths back. And you're like, oh, he's going for boost. That's fine. Good fake. Rotate up. There we go. So, again, small thing. Just look right here, because depending on the pressure on your teammate and how the ball's going and how they're going, if it looks like they're going for, like a bump play, you might not have time to get that big boost here. But that was good. You got there when you needed to, but you didn't know if you needed to get there sooner. Good job rotating behind him and trusting. Good job waiting on that. Good job pushing. A little bit more control here would have been good. We're going fast, but like, what are we trying to do? We can't shoot from there. You just saw him get bumped, so we need to buy time. So, trying to get that up the wall and sort of throwing it center. Buying a little bit of time. Nice. Honestly, I didn't think you were going to get a second touch on that ball. Boost? Nope. Good job leaving that boost, actually. Really good job just leaving that boost. Driving past it. Once you thought about it, and then you're like, nah. But once you drive past a boost, it's not yours anymore. So that's really good. Because otherwise you kill your momentum, and that can be fatal in these lobbies. But again, we take too long sort of planning where we're going. So, yeah, and then we just like car cam. So ideally, you switch to car cam while the ball is in between hits, meaning you are looking at the ball for every time it's hit, so that you can tell exactly where it's going. If it's hit for the other team, if it's your team, as long as you know where it's going, that's okay. But you need to sort of understand, you need to look at every 50, and you need to look at every opponent hit, ideally. And we're missing a lot of those. So, in theory, you should be going to car cam, in theory. This level lobby, again. This is being judged as closer to like a... It's a weird sort of mesh because of the way the ranks are. So I am judging a lot of these rotational things on a higher level. there's nothing you can directly contribute, but you can change the way you path to what's happening next. So it can change your pad paths. For example, if you were in their corner, right? So you ran out of boost, you got it into their corner, right? Let's say they just grabbed that boost, you're facing this way. You're on 0. You turn around, because, you know, let's say that mid boost is up. If you turn around and go this way and grab that boost, but the ball ends up over here and stuff happens, you know, that's fine. But let's say your teammate hits it center, and all of a sudden you're here as opposed to, you know, or the situation that happened earlier, you were on 0 coming back, and you sort of just went full court there, and, you know, there's a fly ball here, and you were all the way back as opposed to, you know, grabbing some pads, and then, oh, something's happening, and we rotate mid. You need to be comfortable on 20 to 30 boost. It sounds like when you go into free play, turn off unlimited boost. Start working on, you know, moving around the field, moving the ball the way you want on boost. Yeah, you're good, dog. You're good. You're not next. We got 1, maybe 2 in front of you. All right. I think we gotta cut replays off there because I think that's gonna be until tomorrow. So we're gonna get through all the ones that are currently there. Any additional ones added, we're gonna get to tomorrow. Because there's also the replay with Finesse. And including that, there's a total of 6, which is one more than I was planning, but still in the acceptable range. Alright. So, yeah. Work on being comfortable with low boost. Because again, it takes time to get used to playing on lower boost where you can't just send it. You're like, I got enough boost to go up to the ceiling, go off the ceiling, down to the floor, and then do more. By not being okay on low boost, it's ultimately going to hinder you. So like here, again, same things. I'm not gonna dive into it too much anymore. It's fine. Wait. You're low-key the best. Staying on that with... Okay. Let me break down why this is pretty awesome. One, I think he thinks that you're backing off because, like, these guys are good, and it feels kind of like I want to use my empty flip to get back down to the ground to get control, right? He's like, oh, I'm here. He's probably going to back off, right? So you use that to get down and then to dribble, right? So by you keeping that pressure on is really good because you actually hit the, like, very minimal gap in his control there. So that challenge timing was on point. And the placement was also really good. So he's like, okay, we got time because he's got control, and then, oh. So actually where G messed up is cut the rotation. So if G made that rotation a little bit wider, like literally to here, boom, easy save. But because they cut, they killed their momentum, which prevented them from being able to save that ball. And Nat clearly read it. But the challenge timing was what I was really talking about. Like, if you look at... no, I wanted 3. If you look at, like, their control here... I went too far back. Oh, no, I went... You look at the control here. Yep, he sees you there, and he's like, okay, well, I don't really need to do that. I got teammate there. So he uses his empty flip to flip back down. Literally, if you had challenged this any later, he would have had his flip. You can see him. He's jumping to get to this ball. You can see that jump. So that is, like, literally perfect challenge timing. It's good. Wall. Go to the wall. You can already tell this guy, he's taking it to the corner. The ball's moving to the corner. He's getting boost. He's either going to go up or... So there's a couple things about this. Is they're watching you, right? At this level, people will change their plan based off of what you do. So by going to the wall, you could actually use the pressure of you being on the wall and the possibility of you going off the ceiling, which would be the most boost efficient way to challenge a high aerial. You can use that to drive the play back to the ground, which will in turn give your teammate more time to recover. So I can almost guarantee right now he's sort of like watching, or he should be. Sees you, reacts. There's possibility that you being... That was actually almost clean. Almost really clean. I think he wanted that to land on top of his car. But by you going up that wall, A, lower boost challenge, so you don't need to use as much boost. And B, if they're watching you, it could buy you time for your teammate to recover. You can use your positioning as pressure, depending on how much your opponent pays attention, to help guide where the play is going to go. Because a smart player is going to put it to where you're not. Not 50ing someone is the fastest way to move the ball around the field. You gotta work on your quick aerial, at least on this one. That's what I was looking at, sorry. So, if you hold jump, you go higher, and you need to point the nose of your car to your final destination, basically, before you jump again, and it'll help project you. So, if you watch you here, you basically just immediately double jump. Boom, boom. Like, you need to hold jump longer and... That would have made that actually a pretty solid hit. Close. Close, close. But so far, you're actually playing a very solid game. The things we've noticed is the when to do the cam, right? So just if something's happening, watch it. Watch the hits. The other, more pads. Don't go a full length of the field to go get the corner big boost. A lot can happen in between now and then, so pads, and keep an eye on the play so you can react accordingly. And then, yeah. But fast aerial training, that could have been a one-off thing. I haven't paid that much attention to your other ones, so we'll see if it's a pattern. But So going back here is fine. However, we're like in the middle of the goal right now, which isn't a great spot to be. Like, we want to be sort of our post here if we're rotating back. So like, this is super awkward. Now we gotta like 180. So by going a little bit wider, that makes that a lot less awkward. Good clearing. It's fine to grab that boost and leave the ball. It's fine to leave that distance. We're not